Hi and welcome to RCKicks. On today's show, well, we're checking out a brand new release from FMS. Now, I'm a bit late to the party if I'm honest, so sorry about that, but it seems to be making some waves and I can kind of understand why, as it's based on a car that came out, I don't know, was it 5 months ago now? And that was the Power Wagon, and a lot of people bought it and really liked it. And it has the same chassis, and it's this, the Max Smasher FCX24. So, same chassis, but now with massive monster truck tyres. But it has all the benefits of the Power Wagon, 2-speed transmission, portal axles. That's why you think, why is there portal axles on a monster truck? Well, because it had it on the Power Wagon. One thing that's really nice, and I think they are listening, is look at the box art. Looks very familiar, huh? And I have to say, and I have to take my hat off to them, they did a brilliant job. And now we have a proper name as well. Yes, we still have the FCX, but starting to put proper names, Power Wagon, Max Smasher. This is all really good stuff. So, is it as good on the inside as it is on the outside? Well, let's find out. Hit it, Charlie. Let's open it up and take a look at it. But as you can see, the box is beautiful, and we've got an exploded side of it where we can see the 2-speed transmission. And then if you turn it over to the other side, you can see there is some options available. You can get aluminium links, metal diffs, upgraded motor. You can even get track units for it and metal universal joints. 2 of them are available. You can get the white and the blue. I've only got the white, so I can't really comment on what the blue looks like. Personally, from photos, I actually quite like the blue, but you get more transfers for the white. Specifications you've got here is 44mm ground clearance, wheelbase is 139mm, and the total length of the truck is 227. Height-wise, you're looking at 127mm. Right, let's open it up. Now, FMS are usually known for having really good internal like packaging. They have kind of changed this one. It's actually standard kind of polystyrene, but it's in the style that you used to see the previous ones. So I got out the Power Wagon packaging, and it's actually the same. It's just in a different color. I don't know if it's a thicker material. It does feel a little bit more stronger, but doing it in the grey definitely looks more upmarket than the white. But overall, it's not any different really. They've only changed it. There's a few little cutouts to get it out the box to make life easier. I do prefer the grey, and it does feel a bit stronger. So this is what it looks like when you open it up. You don't get the transfers on it. You have to do that yourself. I've obviously opened it up and had a look at it before. So let's take it out. And the first aspect of it is, yes, it's not decal stickers. They are transfers, so you have to put them on yourself. Now, there is advantages and disadvantages to that. The advantage is you get to move them around quite a bit to line them up. Disadvantage are they're not as strong and they can chip off quite easily. Personally, I think going the sticker route would have been a better option, as I don't think many people are going to have these as shelf queens. And as you can see, I've lost one already down here. The ones that go onto the chassis seem to fall off the easiest. The ones on the body are okay, but I think longevity wise, it's going to start to look a little bit tatty. Obviously, being that it's a hard plastic body, you can paint it up. It would be quite easy to do. You can just take it off. There's no body pins. The clips are at the bottom. Now, one thing I did notice, the transmitter in this one is different to the previous one. As you can see here, you had dip switches in it. This one doesn't have those. I did watch Tom Lee RC's video, and he actually had this transmitter with it. So I don't know whether that's a pre-production or it's been changed, but here we have it. This is the one that I received with mine. It has lost the channel 4, but it still has the channel 3, which I'm guessing is low, medium, low, neutral and high for the 2-speed transmission. So I'll fire it up in a minute and we can have a look, but that's something I did notice that was different. Also, there's foam now on this instead of the previous one being a hard plastic. So I just looked in the manual, and yes, that is the actual correct transmitter that you get, because it's actually listed here, whereas the previous one is not actually listed in the manual. No oil shocks, these are friction, but being that the weight that this is, you know, having oil shocks would be quite, you know, wouldn't give you the look and the bounciness. The tires themselves are really soft. I must admit, I really like these. You can swap them between the Power Wagon, and being that the chassis, there we go, the chassis is pretty much the same. You can swap the wheels over. I actually put them on the other one, and I must admit, I'm tempted to buy some monster truck tires to put onto this, because I think that would look really cool. Right, let's take the body off and have a look at what you get inside. Now, to take the body off, there's no body pins, like I said before. You have to squeeze these parts underneath and it pops off. So yes, hard body, and you can take the windows out. Now, there is lights in the front of this one, so you have to disconnect it from here. There you go, pull that out, there you go, and that separates the body. So if you want to paint up the body, you can just undo all the screws, dismantle it, paint it up. You could do lots of different versions. You could do an old rusty truck. This, I think, will actually go onto the Power Wagon, as it does have the longer mounting points, so you can mix and match and change bits and pieces. But I do love the FMS hard bodies. They are really good quality, and they do feel pretty decent. But like I said before, not overly sold on the transfers, but they are quite easy to do. But the detail is actually really nice. So you do get LEDs. Right, let's have a look at the chassis. So nice big tires, super grippy, super soft. Now, what can I tell you? It's a 1/24, 139mm wheelbase. Now, 2-speed transmission, portal axles, 48 ball bearings, and it comes with them. It's a mixed fiber nylon chassis, metal CVDs, universal drive shafts. It's got a 130 brushed power dash motor, and it's got a metal toothed servo. Now, one aspect of the Power Wagon that I wasn't too keen on and definitely worth upgrading is, you can probably see here, this bar that goes across the front can be a little bit flexible, you see. So upgrading that would be a way to go, and that's one thing I was going to do on my Power Wagon. But apart from that, it is a fantastic little chassis. I really like it. So I opened up the Power Wagon just to compare, and yes, it does have a different receiver ESC in it. But one thing I have noticed is just the quality of the plastics and the molding seems to have improved. If you look here, you can see this section here. If you come over to the new one, it just looks a little bit sharper and just a little bit better quality. The battery is actually in here. It's a standard battery that we've seen from FMS, and it's just a rubber band that kind of keeps it in place. And then you have to take it out here. So nothing special on that. 7.4 volts, 380 milliamps. Now this, I think, is perfectly timed for people in the UK, as the weather's getting a little bit rubbish, and being able to drive these around inside and set up a few jumps and ramps and stuff, I think is a brilliant idea, especially if you've got a few of these and you can actually race them. You see, I'm just not a fan. So the receiver ESC that comes in it is the FMS R3A 2S LiPo, and its BEC is 5 volts at 1 amp. And pretty neat and tidy. I mean, it doesn't look cheap and cheerful. It actually looks like they put a bit of effort into it. And then this power switch here is at the front, so you can reach underneath and turn it on. So you've got your low, put it in neutral, and then you've got your high. Now, in low, being that it's kind of basically a crawler, it's actually quite capable, and you get quite a lot of control. I mean, it's very smooth, and you can use it for a crawler. So for indoor use, I mean, this is on a table. It's very precise indeed. And yeah, great fun. So you can actually set it up to do more crawlering sort of thing. Oh, Will it get up there? There we go. Come on, get up there. There we go. So you can set up a crawler course, and being that the tires are so soft and so big, you can, you can actually have quite a lot of fun with it just from that side. So I quite like it for that fact that it does look like a monster truck, but you can use it as a crawler. Of course, the minute I stick it in high, you know, we get a lot more power from it, and then you can oh, you can absolutely zoom with it. So there you go, that's a quick look at the Max Smasher. What do I think of it, and who do I think it's for? Well, yes, I do like them. I must admit I was a big fan of the Power Wagon. Which one would I get out of the two? I would say it's totally personal choice. If you prefer monster trucks, or if you think you want to do a bit more crawling, I guess if you're picking up more than one of these, you can have a lot of fun with someone else, setting up a little course in the house and zooming around doing jumps, then that's probably the one for you. Or if you like setting up little crawler courses, this will probably be a better way to go. But basically underpinnings are pretty much the same, so it's totally personal choice. But I do think they've done a brilliant job. The only negative thing I keep telling FMS about these little things is, why aren't they 1/10? They would be epic. Thanks very much. See you on the next one. Bye bye.